society, there are many other events, such as tonight, that they organize which allows us to celebrate our Scottish heritage. I now ask President Tyler Kissick, our newly admitted president, to please come forward for opening remarks.
I was born and raised in Calgary, Alberta, Scotland. We gather to celebrate Scottish culture with traditional food, drink, dance, and music. I'd like to express my thanks and gratitude to Joe McDonald once again for your wisdom, giving to our community, and support for Gaelic culture led to a remarkably successful final games. Thank you, Joe. Clap away.
I don't know. Oh. Must be one else. Woo!
Fair for your honest fancy face, great chieftain of the Pun race, upon my attack your place. Pence, strike and cut 'em. Well, are you worthy of a grace as long as me arm? The groaning trencher there you fill, your hurt is like the distant hill. Your pen would help amend the mill in time of need, and through your pores the dews is still like amber beads. His knife, see rustic labor dight, will cut you up with a ready slight. Trenching you gushing in tails bright like honey ditch. And oh, what a glorious sight, warm, reeking, rich. Then horn to horn, they stretch and stride, they'll take the hindmost and they'll drive, till all the well-stretched planks below us stretch like drums, and all good men most like to lie. Be thanked Holmes. Is there the door of his French ragout, or olio that would star a soup, or fricassee with mackit stew and perfect scunner? Look down with scornful sneering view on such a dinner. Poor devil, see him all in his sash, as feckless as a withered lash, his spindle shank a good whiplash is never knit. Through bloody flood or field to dash. How unfit. But mark the rustic haggis head. The trembling earth resounds his tread, clasping his willing knave a plague who mac and whistle, and legs and arms and heads will sned like pops of thistle. Ye gods who make mankind your care, and dish him out his bill of fare. Oh, Scotland wants no skanking wares, jumps about in ladies. But if you want Scotland's gracious prayer, give her a haggis. To the haggis.
1970s when his father, Charles McDougall, assembled a group of volunteers to create Piper's Glen from a bush thicket located in the south end of Columbus Field. For many years, Donald was a member of the Highland Games Parade Organizing Committee, and most recently, as long as we can all remember, he is the Marshal of the Antigonish Highland Society. And for this, and his long-serving commitment to the Society, we're glad to hereby induct Donald as a life member of the Antigonish Highland Society. Paul has been a valued and important contributor to the Highland Society for many years. He has served as a director and president in 2016 and continues as a member of the board of directors. Paul took the initiative to organize and lead the Highland Games Caravan for several years, which was at that time a very popular activity during Highland Games Week. In more recent years, he's been relied upon to provide a helping hand whenever and wherever needed, and for this we are totally grateful. The Antigonish Highland Society is pleased to induct Paul Boyd as an honorary member. Rick Crawford has been a loyal and faithful supporter of the Antigonish Highland Games beginning as a parent involved with the Dartmouth District Pipe Band. For the past 25 years, Rick has been Chief Steward for the Atlantic Canadian Pipe Band Association, which is responsible to ensure that the rules and regulations governing the piping and drumming and pipe band competitions were implemented, respected, and followed during the Antigonish Highland Games. In his tenure as Chief Steward, his respect for the Antigonish Highland Society and his demeanor was appreciated by all that he associated with. Rick took great pride in his position and helped elevate the profile of the Antigonish Highland Games to the highest level. In 2023, the Antigonish Highland Games was Rick's last official participation as the Chief Steward for the Games. We're now pleased to induct Rick as an honorary member of the Antigonish Highland Society. Carroll's contribution to promote the activities of the Antigonish Highland Society have been instrumental in the success of the Antigonish Highland Games and the various activities of the Highland Society. Whenever there's a need to promote a Highland Society event or to promote the Highland Games to the highest level, Ken was always keen to do whatever he could to support the Society in its endeavors. For too many years to remember, Ken has been a fixture during Highland Games in the Columbus Field, delivering the live reports each hour through 98.9 XFM throughout the covered area. And along with keeping the region informed, his reports drew tourists off the highway to the Highland Games. For all that you've done to support the Society, we wish to induct you as an honorary member. Participation and contributions to the Highland Society have been numerous. He's been a Scottish heavy event competitor. He encouraged and trained youth to get involved as Scottish heavy event competitors. And he served as an official with the heavy events competitions for many years. Marty's contribution over the years strengthened the heavy events segment of the Antigonish Highland Games and was instrumental in keeping the heavy events embedded as one of the premier attractions of the Antigonish Highland Games. For all you've done to support the Highland Society and the Games, we are pleased to induct Marty Guilfoyle as an honorary member. Kevin's participation in the Highland Society and the Highland Games goes back decades, where as a young lad he wandered across from St. Mary's Street to Columbus Field to participate in the Highland Games. While Kevin is well known as a drummer with the Antigonish Legion Pipe Band, and later Scotia Legion and Clan Thompson Pipe Band, his contributions to the society have been valuable in his participation in organizing the very popular Highland Games road race held prior to the official opening of each Highland Games. This popular race attracts high-performance runners and casual joggers from many areas of Canada and beyond, and is an important attraction to the Highland Games. Kevin, as well, is a valued member of the Pipe and Drumming Committee, and has been a great contributor in organizing competitions. For this, we are pleased to induct Kevin Grant as an honorary member. Bill has been a member of the Anarchist Highland Society for decades. He became a member in the 1970s, and he served on the board of directors, was involved with the first international gathering of the clans held in 1979, and was president of the Highland Society in 1981. For many years, Bill was the on-field announcer for the Highland Games. Perched high above the central stage in the crow's nest, he delivered powerful commentaries to the audiences about the events taking place across Columbus. At one time, he was announcing all 4 events at the same time. Bill's silky voice and fluid delivery became synonymous with our Highland Games. Bill emceed a variety of English Highland Society events and the English Highland Games tattoo. And he emceed many St. Andrews night dinners. Bill was the second president with an Irish surname, the first being Freeman Reynolds. Bill, we introduce you and induct you as an honorary member. Fiona's contributions to society have been many. The success of any organization depends on those who have worked behind the scenes, rolling up their sleeves and doing whatever is necessary to ensure that an event is successful. As an example, several years ago on the eve of St. Andrew's Night Dinner, it was learned that Tony's Meats were able to provide haggis for the banquet. Fiona and her friend, the late Irene McLeod, along with Harley McCall, and Dr. John Hamilton, took it upon themselves to make the haggis. Before that moment, they had never wandered into such a dilemma. But through the internet and their own genius, they prepared a magnificent batch of haggis that was actually a culinary delight. In fact, it was so good that Kenny said it was perhaps the best haggis they ever had. And that is absolutely true. We call it very vividly. To this day, Fiona is a valued utility player, as we say, whether it be working with the clans, the flog ceremony, or the Highland Games preparation. The tables this evening are part of Fiona's work to make things a little bit more special. Ladies and gentlemen, we're pleased to induct Fiona McLean as an honorary. Shared her talents and expertise by teaching hundreds of young dancers. Many follow in her footsteps, competing on a world stage. And Janice is, as mentioned, a credited Highland dancing judge and has been invited to judge around the world. She's one of the first dance teachers of the Scotia Highland dancers that toured around the world. And as mentioned, Janice can't be here because of being away to do the medal testing, and she asked to thank the society and is deeply honored and humbled with this honor. And earlier tonight, the Highland Dance performed the first number you saw, which was a tribute to Janice that was choreographed by Janice and her good friend Jordan McDonald. So tonight in absentia, we induct Janice McQuarrie as an honorary member.
Congratulate the ships of 1801 for 10 years of exemplary production. The demand for cultural work like the ship's productions has never been higher. In a world that seems splintered, it is bringing us together. Congratulate Duncan McDonald and all of them. Duncan, come on up and say a few words.
shows, what we try to do is a number of things. One is to try to demonstrate a ceilidh house. Ceilidhs were popular at one time. We also want to keep alive the Bardi tradition. The fact that we've had 80 songs written for the shows, I think, proves that we've been able to do that. We also, of course, do storytelling. A lot of the stories that we try to use are actual stories that happen somewhere, and people tell us, and then we work it in. And if they don't tell us, we just make it up and add to it. So. We also have fiddlers, which is a tradition we want to keep up. We also have dancers, step dancing, Highland dancing, keep those things up. And we also have a bit of Gaelic in there. So we're trying to cover a lot using the Chips of Aitken on the concert, promote the culture, and keep it alive. We're going to end my presentation with a song called Highland Hearts. If you've gone to any of our concerts in the last 6 or 7 years, you've heard Highland Hearts. And that was written by our own Peter Mackenzie.
We stood by a chief and he by us.